Buckle up because the NFL news is moving at light speed. First, San Francisco 49ers linebacker Fred Warner has finally dropped his reaction to seeing the Seattle Seahawks hoist the Lombardi Trophy right on his own home turf at Levi Stadium. After serving as a broadcast analyst for the big game, Warner made it clear exactly how much that celebration stung, describing the sight of a division rival partying in his locker room as not ideal. He is now fully healthy and laser-focused on the 2026 season with a chip on his shoulder.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-Pack Screen Protector Plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next, let's talk about why the San Francisco 49ers just pulled off the most controversial move of the NFL draft. General Manager John Lynch and head coach Kyle Shanahan shocked the world by trading out of the first round entirely, turning their back on high-profile prospects to accumulate value elsewhere. While fans were looking for a blockbuster name, the front office treated that first-round pick like a three-eyed carp and tossed it right back into the pond. It turns out the 49ers made this bold decision because they realized the talent pool for the 2026 class flattened out faster than a week-old soda. After the Chicago Bears snapped up safety Dylan Thieneman at pick 25, the scouts decided there was no elite value left to justify staying put. Instead of reaching for a player just to make a splash on television, they prioritized their internal draft board and decided to bail. By moving down to pick 33, the team is set to save millions and dodge the headache of the mandatory fifth-year option on a rookie contract. Whether they target a day-one starter like Texas A&M guard Chase Bisontes or use their extra capital to jump back up, the organization is betting that roster depth will win out over flash. If you want to stay ahead of every major move this offseason, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for instant updates. Imagine standing on your home turf, the place where you sweat, bleed, and grind every single day, only to watch your bitter division rival hoist the Lombardi Trophy right in the middle of your own locker room. That is exactly what San Francisco 49ers star Fred Warner had to endure at Levi's Stadium this past season while working as a broadcast analyst. It is a football nightmare scenario, but when asked about the sight of the Seahawks celebrating in his house, Warner didn't lash out or go on a rant. He kept it ice cold, offering a three-word reaction that says it all. It wasn't ideal. Honestly, you have to appreciate that level of professional restraint. But make no mistake, beneath that calm exterior, there is a fire burning. Warner made it clear that watching anyone else take home the prize is personal, whether it is Seattle or an AFC rival. To him, if the 49ers aren't the ones lifting that trophy, it is a failure, plain and simple. Now entering his 9th season, Warner is back on the field after a brutal ankle injury wiped out most of his 2025 campaign. He says he is feeling great and ready to hit the ground running without restrictions. The past is the past, and for Fred Warner, the mission for 2026 is clear. Reclaim his throne and keep the celebration out of Santa Clara for good. If you think the 49ers have what it takes to bounce back and dominate this year, smash that like button and let me know your Super Bowl pick in the comments below. After all, championships aren't won in the offseason, but that is exactly where the legends are built. Ever felt like everyone in the room is drinking the Kool-Aid, but you're the only one who can see the glass is empty? That's exactly what the San Francisco 49ers just did to the entire NFL draft ecosystem. While fans were begging for a flashy first-round selection to get the hype train moving, the Niners looked at that shiny pick and tossed it back like a three-eyed carp. Twice. Now I know what you're thinking. They moved out of the first round, and the Twitter mob is absolutely losing their minds. But let's get past the outrage for a second and talk strategy, because what the Niners pulled off wasn't a mistake. It was a masterclass in professional discipline. The dirty little secret about this 2026 draft class: the talent pool flattened out faster than a week-old soda. After the Bears took Dylan Thieneman at 25, the board essentially hit a wall. There was no elite talent left. So instead of forcing a reach just to appease the cameras and the casual viewers, the Niners played it cool. They traded down, picked up extra draft capital for later rounds, and turned a fourth-round pick into a third. Was it a massive win on the outdated trade charts? Maybe not, but in a draft this shallow, you take what you can get. But here's the real genius behind the move: the money and the headache of the fifth-year option. By sliding to pick 33, the 49ers are saving roughly $5 million on that rookie contract. And let's be honest, that fifth-year option in today's NFL, it's often more of a hostage negotiation than a team benefit. By avoiding the first round entirely, they get a clean, 4-year deal that keeps their salary cap healthy and their options flexible. They're choosing cost-controlled contributors over overpriced gambles. It isn't flashy. It won't sell 1,000 jerseys on a Friday morning, but it is exactly how you build a championship-caliber roster in the modern era. So what's the end game for Friday? The Niners are sitting pretty at the top of the second round with the extra ammunition to package picks and climb back up for someone they actually want. They aren't just playing the draft, they're playing the system. Championship teams are built on the margins, and sometimes the best move you can make is the one everyone else is too scared to try. I want to hear from you. Did the Niners play it perfectly, or did they miss out on a future star? Drop a comment below with your take, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the decisions that actually shape the league. Remember, the draft is a marathon, not a sprint, and the Niners are definitely running their own race. Ever felt like you were watching a high-stakes poker game where one player just decides to fold, walk away, and somehow come out winning anyway? That is exactly what the San Francisco 49ers just did to the NFL draft. While the rest of the league was busy scrambling to make a splash on Thursday night, the Niners took one look at their draft board, saw nothing but mediocrity, and basically threw their first-round picks into the trash. To the casual fan, it looked like a disaster. To the data-driven front office, it was a masterclass in roster management. Here is the reality that the pundits on TV are too scared to tell you. This 2026 draft class is thin, really thin. Once the Bears took Dylan Thieneman at pick 25, the talent level didn't just drop off, it flatlined. The Niners realized that the player they could get at 27 is the same guy they could snag at 33 or even 40. So why pay the premium? They traded down, pocketed some extra picks, and maneuvered their way right out of the first round. And let's talk about the money, because that's the silent killer in the NFL. By moving out of the first round, the Niners completely sidestepped the fifth-year option headache. You know, that expensive, guaranteed nightmare that can wreck a team's salary cap. Now, they get a cost-controlled player on a clean 4-year deal. They traded an overpriced asset for flexibility. That is how you win in the long run. Think about it. Would you rather reach for a player just to make a press conference sound exciting? Or would you rather stock your roster with 2 solid, cheap contributors instead of one expensive gamble? John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. They didn't just dodge a bullet. They reorganized their entire Friday strategy to maximize value. So, what do you think? Is the aggressive move always the right one, or is the 49ers calculated patience the blueprint for a dynasty? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the business behind the game. Sometimes, the smartest move in the draft is knowing exactly when to walk away. Ever feel like the most brilliant move in a room full of gamblers is the one where you fold your hand and walk away? That is exactly what the San Francisco 49ers just did to the entire NFL draft. While fans and analysts were screaming for a splashy, marquee first-round selection, the Niners looked at the board, saw nothing but mediocrity, and decided to ghost the first round entirely. And honestly, it was a stroke of genius. It is easy to get caught up in the hype of a shiny first-round pick, but let's be real. This draft class had the depth of a shallow puddle. By the time the Bears were on the clock at 25, the talent pool had effectively dried up. Most GMs would have panicked, reached for a project player just to avoid the awkwardness of a press conference, and saddled themselves with a massive, guaranteed contract. But not San Francisco. They turned that first-round pick into 2, then traded their way out of the opening night drama, hoarding extra capital for day 2. People will squawk about the trade value charts. But in a draft this week, you don't play by the books, you play the board. Here is the kicker that the talking heads usually ignore: the money. By sliding into the second round, The Niners are dodging that toxic fifth-year option that has become a salary cap hostage situation for so many teams. They are getting a similar caliber player, skipping the financial headache, and banking a cool $5 million in savings. It's a clean, cold, and calculated getaway. So, what's the play now? With pick 33, they are perfectly positioned to grab a day one starter at a bargain rate, and they have enough ammunition left to jump back into the top 50 if they see someone they really love. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan aren't trying to sell jerseys on Friday morning. They're trying to win rings, and you don't do that by overpaying for potential. They played the board, they played the cap, and in the process, they arguably outsmarted the entire league. But what do you think? Was this a masterclass in roster building, or did the Niners leave too much talent on the table? Drop your take in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the chess match that is the NFL Draft. Remember, championships aren't won on draft night. They're won by the teams smart enough to know when to hold M, and more importantly, when to fold M.